Peace, fam. Welcome. This is the very first episode of Version of Food. And what we're going to do today is
a little twist on tuna salad, chickpea salad, garbanzo beans. For those of you who aren't familiar with chickpeas, which they contain a pretty good amount of protein, right? When you look at like kidney beans, black beans, these chickpeas contain pretty good amount of protein. So as far as veganism go, I know that'd be like the major gripe, right? How I'm gonna get protein? How I'm gonna well, a lot of beans, right? You can get your protein through that if that's a concern. Um, they, as far as taste goes, it's kind of like I don't want to say kind of nutty reminiscent, but not too much. In terms of this tuna salad or this mock tuna salad, right? You're not missing nothing. I mean, you're not missing it. Um, there's ways to get you to the taste, but let me be clear with this too. Like the whole point of even trying to eat better or trying to do anything better, right, is for your own improvement. So it may not be what you were used to. Like, if we're elevating, then it's not gonna be what we had. So keep that in mind when you're eating certain things. This I can make every day and eat every single day. Like this is everything. You know what I mean? This is just bomb. And I mean that in a good way. So chickpea salad is what we're making today. And stay tuned because I want to show you the ingredients, recipes, everything. Lock in. So first things first, show you these ingredients. We got our garlic powder, onion powder, paprika. I'll show you that after. I like to use a little bit of smoked paprika, but it just depends on your taste. Like I might use some of this, but then I'll also hit a little bit of the smoked paprika. I just like the way it tastes. Black pepper, of course. And then we also want to get into a little bit of sweet relish. Gotta have that in there. Vegan mayo. If you're making this vegan or if you're making this vegan, get you some vegan mayo. This stuff, unless you're making a mayonnaise sandwich, you can't tell the difference. A little bit of sea salt, of course. And then this is my we'll do that for later. So these are the ingredients that we are going to be using. And don't worry, if you follow the YouTube, I'll make a list on here for you. But voila. Next, I'm going to show you the actual foods that we're going to use, because of course we use chickpeas, but it's not just chickpeas. We're going to also be using some onions, bell peppers, a couple other things. So, all right, next, I'm going to do some red bell peppers, green bell peppers, and I can put peppers on everything. Me personally, they're good for you, but not just that. They taste amazing. Onions. And I used to hate onions as a kid, but I guess I forced myself to like onions. And chickpeas. Now, let me say this too. Depending on how you're using your chickpeas, if you're going to use it by can, make sure you drain it, and then make sure you rinse it. I like to rinse it, 1, 2, maybe 3 times with water. Dump it, dump all the water out, and you get your chickpeas. And then you can also add celery, which I might add celery. Dill is amazing with this recipe as well. All right, so for this, what we're going to do, first of all, make sure you wash your hands. And that's first and foremost. You sing your happy birthday 2 times. Definitely make sure you get in between the crevices of your little fingers, your fingernails. Wash your hands. That's first and foremost before you handling food. You know, make sure you wash your hands. Okay, wash your hands nice and good. All right. I washed my hands before we started, but I wanted to make sure I reiterated that. So wash your hands, make sure they're nice and clean. All right. Now what we're gonna do is got my red peppers. We don't need all of this for. I just did 1 can of chickpeas, so you don't need all of this. But I am gonna spray it with my vegetable wash here. I know a lot of people might do like vinegar, apple cider vinegar. You could, do your vegetables however you feel. Me personally, I like to use my vegetable wash. Just hit it a couple times, and go ahead and rinse it off. Let me say this too. See that sticker right there? Now, most people just peel it and keep chopping. I don't. I like to cut this off completely. So I'll cut this piece, and I won't even eat this piece at all. But I'm just giving you what I do. Hang on a second, because we're gonna rinse this red bell pepper here. And it's a good red pepper too. Sometimes when you go to the store, you gotta dig in the back. You gotta dig for them. But I like to. I really like to look for good ones. I don't just pick up the first one I see. All right. Cool. So now go ahead and chop it, and you can chop how you like. Sorry, put the camera down a little bit. You can chop it how you like. Again, this is all preference. I like to go like this, then like that. See how the sticker came off? And there we go. And just get you a little trash bag so you ain't got to keep running back and forth. And what I do, I just chop around it. And I'll just throw this part away. Alright. Alright, folks. So now what we want to do is go ahead and chop up some red bell peppers. I'll never forget I had I took a home ec class and I don't know, I think it was like a sophomore, right? And Miss Ragusa, shout out to Miss Ragusa at Osborne. I want to say I learned it from her, maybe not. Anyway, instead of having your fingers like this, you can chop them off. You want to kind of like fold them a little, so that way while you're chopping, if anything, the blade itself will hit against your knuckles, and you won't risk chopping your fingertips off. So, and I know as you see, it can definitely be something to get used to. All right. And with this, we're going to chop it into, damn near mince it. So you want to mince it. I mean, chop it as fine as you like. I like to be minced the best I can. But at the same time, you don't want to be wasting a lot of time on chopping veggies, right? Especially when it comes to the onion. Whew. All right. So we got that straight. I'm going to go ahead and I'll chop another one. Just to be, just to make sure we got enough. I love red bell peppers, so. All right, cool. All right. So we got that. I'm going to go ahead and put these other ones up. And give me a bowl so I can just mix everything together pretty finely. because what we want to do is we're going to end up mashing these veggies. I'm sorry, chickpeas. We're gonna mash them. So I'm just gonna give me a bowl for now to put my veggies in. And don't worry, we're gonna get to the chickpea part in a second. Because I'm hungry too. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I'm sitting here like, alright, let me get through this and then we can eat. but I'm starving. Alright. So we got a little bit of red peppers, right? And now put the rest up. I'll save that for a salad. Or I told you I was hungry. Alright. Now we're gonna take our green bell pepper, spray, hit it a couple times, nothing crazy. You don't need a lot. Go ahead and rinse it off, real thorough. Okay. Rinse it off real good. Once you do that, cut it into fours, and we'll cut 2 slices. We'll cut 2 of the 4s, I'm sorry. And throw the scraps away. I'll cut this other smaller one. Alright. Now we got that. Can y'all see? Sorry, let me move the camera out a little bit. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. We're going to go ahead and chop it up. Chop, 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 chop. Alright. And maybe what I'll do too is maybe I'll start like, well, y'all let me know, because maybe y'all can actually like cook with me, like literally as I'm doing it. You know what I mean? Like I'll announce the ingredients prior to, and then you can cook with me live. We'll see. All right. So got this up. Got our green bell peppers cut. And like I said, I'm not spending a whole bunch of time on it. I like to cut it, in cubes, maybe a little bit thinner if possible, but I'm not about to spend time like that on it. This isn't for competition. This is for pleasure. This is really for eating to living, for real. And if you're doing that, then hey, what you need to be cute for, right? Next up, you know what that is. You might hate it. You know I do. I used to, when we was cooking at grandma's, I had goggles sometimes. Sometimes that didn't work. And she say, stick your head in the freezer. Sometimes that would work, it wouldn't work. Rinse it with cold water is what I heard works. But I think the biggest thing that I've learned is to not cut the butt off. So if you don't cut that off first, it won't feel like you just went to a wedding ceremony and you crying your eyeballs out. So cut the head first and just chop through it fast. That's how I try to get through it. Peel the skin. You can peel the skin how you want to. I don't think there's any instructions on how to peel the skin. I usually like to do like a first slice just to get it kind of out. And then from there, I can easily peel it. And don't mind me. This onion isn't the youngest, right? I didn't get it yesterday, but it's gonna do. Oh, it's gonna make do. Believe that. All right. So we're gonna make our onion chops. Okay. And I like to get it, just be careful doing this. You don't have to do this. Okay, now we got our slices. And we're going to do the same thing like we did with the peppers. Just cube them. And these other ones, I'm going to put them in a bag. I'm sorry, I'm going to put them in a, let me give me a container. Because when you put them in the container, I noticed that they last longer. So that's what I'm going to do. Put this in there. I have the chickpeas in there. Won't hurt nothing. So I'm end up putting this on the salad anyway. Alright. So now what we're going to do is go ahead and slice it up. And that's it, really. I mean, you can do it more finer if you wanted to. Like, choice is yours. There's no preference when it comes to cooking too much. When it comes to how you do certain things with cooking. Certain things, right? Like if you're baking a cake, I'm sure you gotta follow recipes. you don't want it to be too eggy. All right. You don't want it to be too crazy. You know what I'm saying? Cool. So we got that. All right. So now got our red peppers, got our green peppers, got onions. Looking nice and colorful, ain't it? Cool. So next, got our chickpeas. And all you're going to do is just mash them. Literally. Mash them down. I've seen where you also can do you could put these in a blender for a little bit, or if you have a food processor. I have both, but to be honest with y'all, I don't like making unnecessary dishes. When I cook, I like to keep going. I like, my family get on me because, I don't clean as I go, because I like to just keep it moving. So, I'm sure you can put this in a food processor or a blender for 2 seconds, but hey, nothing like some manual labor every now and then. It builds character. So you're just gonna mash these down, right? Just take you a good fork and mash them down. And now these are canned chickpeas. If you got chickpeas from dried chickpeas, then you probably need to soak them. Right? You're gonna soak them for I would soak them overnight so they can get soft, and then you may need to cook them. I haven't tried this recipe with dried chickpeas. I've prepared dried chickpeas, but I usually eat dried chickpeas like I'll let it sit overnight, right? And then I'll make it with like some wild rice or something like that. Or put it in my salad. So if you got a can of chickpeas, you could just, like I said, rinse out, dump the juice out, rinse it, and then you can start mashing just like this. And it'll look like this. So it'll give kind of the texture of, right, like a tuna. I said kinda. Don't be quoting me. Don't, you know what I mean? Oh, you said it was going kinda. Again, this is chickpea. So, not everything's going to taste like a birthday cake. Are we eating to enjoy? Are we eating to live? What are we doing? So, we got our chickpea mixture here. All right. I do like to make sure it's mashed really really well. That's just me personally. All right. So next up, we probably don't even need all this, but don't worry, this is gonna get used. I'll put this in my salad. So next up, we have our mayonnaise. I actually have some in the refrigerator. So I'm gonna use that. Actually, it's over here. I'm gonna use this, the rest of this, and I'm probably gonna have to crack this open too. So what we'll do is, now when it comes to this mayonnaise, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I don't measure it, but if I had to, I'd say start with maybe like a quarter cup. But what you want is, you want it to get a good consistency between the chickpeas and the mayonnaise, right? So we'll start with this little bit. And maybe this is about like, I don't know, a little less than a quarter cup probably right here. But we'll start with this and just see how, see how it looks after. Depending on how you like your salad, your tuna salad, your chickpea salad, because like my fiance, she likes it to be kind of like not as wet per se. She doesn't like all the mayonnaise in it. She like it fresh out the can. Me personally, I like it. Mayonnaise me up, but that's just me. So, is that good for you? I might need a little bit more. Not gonna lie to y'all. Just a little bit, nothing crazy. Yeah, and I just squeeze a little bit out because this vegan stuff, it's different. It's vegan mayonnaise. I'll just scoop a little bit more. Nothing too crazy. All right. Now we can go ahead and add some onion, peppers, and again, this is all preference. Some people, they don't do this, but this is what I do. Right? I add my onions. Of course, gotta have the onions. But I like peppers, so I add my green bell peppers, red bell peppers. I like my food colorful. Plus the antioxidants in the red bell and green bell peppers are just good benefits for me personally, and I love it. So I could taste the freshness. You know what I mean? I'm just breaking it up a little bit more. All right. So nothing crazy, just a little bit, right? We mix that up, stir that up good. Hope y'all can see that. All right, next thing that we're gonna do is grab a napkin. At least keep my hands a little clean. The next thing that I'll do is I'm gonna add some relish, sweet relish, by the way. And make sure when y'all go shop and check your expiration dates. I remember I went, I got some like vegan ranch, bought it back home, said it expired a month ago. I'm like, man, how y'all gonna have this on the shelf? A month ago? I put a little bit of relish in there, right? Nothing too crazy. You can mix that around. But before we do that, we'll go ahead and add some of these seasonings in. So I add a little bit of onion powder. Nothing crazy. Just a little bit. Maybe like a half a tablespoon. Paprika, I do add that. I like to add quite a bit of paprika, like at a time, right? So I'm gonna stir it, then I'm gonna add more. I like paprika on my chickpea salad and my macaroni salad. And macaroni salad is made similar, but I add a special ingredient to my personal. We'll get to that at a later episode. A little bit of garlic powder, and I'm sorry, I just added black pepper, by the way. Nothing crazy. Maybe like a teaspoon or two of black pepper. Garlic powder, I would probably do like a half a teaspoon. You don't need nothing crazy. And then you got your sea salt. Do not go overboard with the sea salt. Just maybe just a couple turns, if that. Nothing crazy. Like a couple pinches of sea salt. You know, you don't need all that salt. And now we can get the mixing. Mm-hmm. There you go. And I'll probably add in, if I had dill, I would definitely add dill. If I had dill. I thought I had the seasoning, but I don't. I do, however, have some seaweed. I'm kind of nervous to add that because I never did that before. But from what I always like heard and researched is like seaweed helps it to taste, give it more of the, the tuna taste. But I don't know. This is what it looked like. Okay, let's try it. Not too crazy. This is seaweed snack, so I guess you would just eat it like so. I'm just gonna do this. Kind of leaves your hands a little messy. Now this is the first time for me, so y'all might want to do this on a side plate. Don't mess your whole joint up. But I'm pretty adventurous, so I'll eat it regard. Man, I do kale and blueberry smoothies, so I think I can handle this. All right. Let me clean this real quick. Let me clean the countertop, because that's the thing about white countertops. You got to clean these messes up quick. Granted, by the way. Because when you're taking it for granted, by the way. So give me 1 second. Okay. Don't worry. I need to spray my food with. Alright. So, we got that. Stir that up like that, like that, like that. The cherry on top is going to be this beautiful lemon. And I like to just, get your seeds out. Get your seeds out, everybody. Get your seeds out. Get your seeds. Go ahead and hit it with that one time. Just a little dazzle. Nothing crazy. All right. Set that aside because I will be putting a salad or water later. Mix it up real good like. And, garnish how you like. I like to add a little bit more black pepper. And like I said, I am going to add this smoked paprika because that's just me. This don't have no top with the holes in it. So be very careful. Don't just be pouring seasonings just because Ryan did it. Like I say, some of these at your discretion. Because it may not be the taste that you're looking for. That seaweed is at your discretion. I haven't tried that. This is the first time for me. So, first time for everything, right? All right, cool. All right, folks. Here we are. So now, you got your chickpea salad. Sorry, this is a piece of lettuce. Once you start eating stuff, like I'm talking like stuff you didn't never think you'd eat, it becomes nothing. You know what I mean? You piece of lettuce, piece of bell pepper, whatever. All right. Chickpea salad, right? And 2 different ways you can prepare it. You can prepare chips, right? You can dip, or you can prepare it, make you a nice little sandwich with it. Now, I'm not big on tomato, but it would go really good with tomato too. I can't do a lot of tomato, me personally. But again, that's just me personally, right? So get you a good scoop right there. And some people like theirs thin, right? You make a peanut butter jelly. Some people like, not too much jelly. Just I want a thin layer of jelly, thin layer. I like it to where in the middle of it, it's coming out. You feel me? So that's how I do my sandwiches. And then We got that. Let's try it out. Oh, look at that. Won't that look good? Like everything you could dream of right there. Hey, that seaweed? Oh yeah, this is it. Organic seaweed snacks. But I'm sure any seaweed would probably do the trick. Here go a piece right here. I didn't break it all the way down. Can you see that? That little piece of seaweed right there. Woo! Might send you into shock. Boy, that's good right there. Let's try it on the sandwich. That's really good. This is the sandwich. Got me seeing stars. Put it on a nice piece of toast. Obviously, you could add another piece of toast, but why kill it, man? Let it breathe. Amazing. And the cool thing about this, right? You got all this where you could probably make you a sandwich. Made that sandwich and I still got all this left. Now you can have something for lunch. You can make you a little snack with some chips. Make you another sandwich, put it on your salad. What? I'm about to make me a salad for real, and I'm going to put some on there too. Oh yeah, we're going to eat today. But, you can still enjoy your food, right? Even with things like these where you might not thought you could. Yeah, missing out. So, sorry. From me to you, appreciate y'all watching. See y'all soon. See y'all in the next episode. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for supporting and sponsoring. And we're not sponsored coming soon. But thank y'all for supporting all the supporters from day one. Thank y'all for being here. And hopefully y'all learning something. Because I am every day. So hopefully y'all learn something too. Check us out. Facebook, Instagram, ThankYouVersionOf. And we'll see y'all in the next one. Enjoy.